everyone, I've just been to Prada in Collins Street, Melbourne. I've just picked up my new bag, the Prada Cahier. I think it's the City Calf leather. So this is the single pocket, smaller size of the Cahier bag, or Cahier, I'm not sure how you say it. So I'm just going to do a quick unboxing. So here it is, all beautifully wrapped in this awesome embossed bag with the little Prada ribbon. And then inside the bag, which you can sort of slide out, is the box itself with this cute little Prada ribbon tied on the front. This is a proper unboxing. I haven't seen it since I've been in the store just before to try it on before bringing it home. So here we go. Take the ribbon off. And there's the top of the box, and there's this beautiful thin sort of tissue paper over the top. And if we unfold that, there is the dust bag, you can see there. And I'm not quite sure how best to pull this out. Oh, okay, so they've packaged the chain separately, so we'll get to that in a second. But let's pull this one out first. This is the main event. Just put the box to the side. Oh, I'm so excited. So here it is. Untie the top. Go. And this is it. Brand new. So this one is straight out of the box. The sales assistant was telling me. From what he said, there's a few of these left in the country, in Australia at least. There's about 4, so this was the last, I think maybe the third or second last of those 4. And this is it here. There's the side of the bag and the back. You can see in the sunlight there, it's just such good quality craftsmanship. There's just some little fuzzies from the dust bag, I think. And the other side. And there's the front with the Prada logo, clasp, and this sort of antique gold hardware, which I quite like. It's not sort of a flat, straight gold. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's not bright yellow gold as such. So let's open her up. I'm going to take all this tissue off. Some more tissue. Whoop. So that's it. When it's opened up, you can see there's a bit of labelling on there, and these are the clips for the handle, and there's the closure there, and then inside you can see there's the Prada little embossed, well, not embossed, it's more of like a plaque thing. So I'll just pull the stuffing out. Oh, it smells so nice. And that is the inside of the bag. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. Oh, there we go. So it's just a plain opening, one big pocket in there, and then it's also got, if you can see here, there's a little slip pocket back there, and then there's also a tiny one at the front here. So all that's left inside is the authenticity cards, I believe. There we go, so that's it there. Oops. And I guess these are, what are these? Maybe warranty details or something. My dog's in the background. Oof. Licking his paws. So now I guess I'll put it back together and pull the strap out of the packaging here. So like I said, this was the last brand new one that they had in stock at the Collins Street store. I did go into the Chadstone store on the weekend, and I was looking at the belt bag version, which is the sort of bum bag that comes with a strap. but then I thought on reflection that sort of shape was a bit more curved around the edges, and I didn't like that as much as just a straight sort of boxy style like this. So this is quite sort of the same width almost all the way down, whereas the other one sort of came in like this and then tapered, if you can imagine that. So it was a toss-up between this one and that one. And the Chadstone store only had this left in the full white, which there's no way, I mean, I would dirty that in an instant. Like, this is the only white thing that I own, and it's just a sports top, so that's fine. Anyway, so I went into the Collins Street store and looked at one over the weekend and put it on reserve until I could pick it up today. So here's the strap coming out. So it sits like this, so that it's got a bit of a leather top, which I like, so you're not having the chain itself sitting on your shoulder. It is a lovely chain, and it is, if you can see, it's sort of that similar antique gold colouring, and it's sort of flatter on one side and thinner on the other. You can see it like that. So when it is on your shoulder, at least you do have a bit of that width to bear the weight. It's not sort of a round chain, which might be a bit more uncomfortable. So let's connect that to the bag. And there we go. So that's it all connected. I love it. I'm so excited to use it. I think this is a good versatile bag too. As I had it before without the strap, you can use it as a clutch, as the sales assistant told me, so that would just be holding it, and it's quite comfortable to hold. I've got quite big hands, so I don't have an issue holding something that sort of chunky. And I'll just do a couple of shots of it on. So you can wear it just over the shoulder, like that. So it comes to a good length on me, just below my waist there, hips rather. Or you can hook it over your shoulder, which I think is how I will probably wear it, crossbody. I kind of like having my bags a little bit higher up and easier to access, like that. And that's it there. And another factor that convinced me to go for this one rather than the belt bag was the fact that this has got a flat bottom. So when it is on a tabletop, if you're out at a cafe or just out and about generally, you're able to actually sit it flat standing up on the edges, whereas the one with the curved edge, you're not able to do that because the bottom is not flat. So you'd have to have it sitting like that, and the back being leather. And it's a calf skin, I believe, or lambskin. I get confused between the two, but because it is that smooth leather, it is prone to scratches. So I was a bit conscious of having the other kind of bag flat. Oh, here's Peanut. He's saying hello. Yep, thank you, Peanut. No, away from the nice expensive things. Okay, there we go. And also, thank you. The belt bag had this sort of piping all the way around, so it didn't have any of this. No, don't do that. Thank you. Good boy. It didn't have any of this corner protection that is offered by the hardware here. So whilst it is going to wear on the metal, I don't mind that. Oops. I don't mind that as much as I would if it were leather on those corners, and it's front and back too, so you're not risking, say, one side wearing faster than the other. So another consideration that I had was between this Cahier and the larger one, which I've seen a bit more of online, and that's part of the reason why I decided to film this, because I didn't see a lot of videos on YouTube or posts on Instagram of people, at least maybe I wasn't searching the right hashtags, I'm not sure, modelling this bag or reviewing this bag. I've seen a lot of different versions of this, like the astrology print one and some more limited edition ones, but none really of the plain black. So a toss up between this one and the larger Cahier. I really thought, what am I getting this bag for? I'm someone that takes very few things with me. I have a relatively big phone. I've got a Google Pixel XL, but I tend to hold that in my hand or have it sort of slipped into a legging pocket or in a jacket pocket anyway. And then aside from that, I tend to only carry a little Louis Vuitton clay with my keys and my cards in it, so that's got everything in it, and a lip balm, and that's pretty much it, unless it's raining or something and I need an extra like an umbrella or something that is definitely not going to fit in this. I feel like this is a good everyday option, and it's cool that you can take the strap off, so not only could I wear this maybe more of a nighttime bag with this strap, I've got a Louis Vuitton Empreinte black leather strap that can hook on and is also gold. The colour is slightly off. This is a bit more of a yellow gold, and that's somewhere between white and yellow gold, I would say. It's slightly lighter than this. It's really not noticeable, and putting a leather strap on this one, a full leather strap, does make it a little bit more wearable, a little bit more everyday and not as fancy as it is with this chain. And then I guess the alternative as well is to wear it just as a clutch, as an evening bag. So it's a good multi-purpose bag. It's not that heavy. That was another big downfall or drawback, in my opinion, of the standard or the more commonly seen Cahier, and the larger one, which was completely not a consideration of mine at all. I was not going to go there. And because that one it's exactly like this, it's bigger, but it's got two pockets, so it's basically this and this again in a larger size, if you can imagine that. And whilst you'd be able to carry a lot more in that because you're getting basically twice the storage, actually more than twice because the bag itself is bigger, the big drawback of course is that the bag is heavy. And I picked up the bag, and whilst the strap is thick, it's got like a thicker full leather strap, which would take away some of the weight and make it more comfortable to wear over your shoulder. I just thought that if the bag is already heavy with nothing in it and it's got extra space for me to fit more things in it, I'll be more likely to fill that space, because otherwise I'll think that I'm wasting buying a bag of that size, and then it would just be not an everyday bag because I would get fed up having to carry something that's heavy. And given that I like carrying small bags, as I've mentioned before, I thought this was the most suitable option. And there were some limited edition styles that I saw both at the Chadstone and the Collins Street store in Melbourne. One of them had this, was exactly like this, but it was called the Thunder version or something like that, and it had sort of lightning bolts, love hearts, all these sorts of extra gold hardware along here. But whilst it was really cool and I definitely liked it, I didn't think it was as timeless or would hold its value perhaps as much as just a plain classic black bag. And also, I mean, this is going to go with everything. Maybe the lightning bolts and love hearts is a bit more cool for every day, but to me it didn't really translate as well as a nighttime bag as the plain black one. And some other ones that I saw, there was a crocodile skin one, so they had that in a few colours, in black, red, green and blue, and the sales assistant told me that only 15 of each colour in that crocodile skin one had been made in the world, and that Australia had 2 in each colour. So they were $9,000 each. They're exactly like this, but just crocodile skin. So they were $9,000, I think he mentioned, each. And there was another version I saw that was like a mythology based one, so it had kind of worn looking silver hardware that had lines in it, kind of like trees. You know how like trees have bark, sort of like that worn woody looking metal, and it had these gems here instead of these sort of pointy out bits, and that was a little bit more expensive too, and they were in, I think I saw a blue one or a red one, I can't remember now. But from what the assistant said, this bag has been quite popular. He said whilst it's been popular, they don't make a lot of them. So when I asked him, you know, how long will it take for the 2 that they had then, this was on the weekend, left in stock, to sell. He said it really just depends, because while I was there on the weekend, this other lady walked in and she was in the store. I was looking at this bag. She was in the store for, I'm not even joking, less than 5 minutes, and she just went in and like saw me looking at this, talked to another associate, tried it on, and then bought it straight away. So yeah, like I mentioned before, there were 4 left in Australia currently. This is one of those 4, so now there's 3 left, unless any of the others have already sold. He mentioned one was in Perth and one was in Sydney. And then after that, it's really just up to when Prada feels like producing new bags and sending new bags out to Australia as to when they'll be in stock again. But I'm really happy with it. I'm yet to wear it because I've literally just got it today. So I'll probably do some sort of review, or 1 month on impressions or something like that, or maybe a bit more longer than that, just to see how the bag wears, how much I use it and things like that. But it's definitely such a unique piece. I don't have many luxury items. I have a Speedy 30 Emprunt in black, well, noir or whatever. So I do like black, and I have a clay, as I mentioned before, in the same leather, and I have a larger wallet in the same leather as well. So this will be my 4th luxury item investment piece. I'm thinking that it's going to hold its value. I'm thinking I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it, and I'm very, very excited. So that is all for this video for now. Thanks for watching if you made it right to the end. Sorry if it was a bit boring in the middle, but I was just trying to fill in as much detail that helped me make my decision to get this bag, and maybe if it's something that you're looking at, or looking at something similar, maybe it'll help you. What I've said will help you in some way. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.